Hi, everyone. It's Kate. We're going to talk about health today. How many of you out there are just really going, you know what? I got a long list of shoulds in my health department and I haven't quite tackled it because my job gets in the way. All right, well, let's dig in because today's show is going to be fun. It's going to be short and sweet. Actually, because I'm doing some really fun things with my kids this week. Hence, I'm in a t-shirt and I'm ready to go out and play. So but I wanted to come in and talk about health because one of the big triggers that happens to a lot of us women in successful, highly successful roles is we damage our health. We sacrifice our health literally for our companies and for the jobs we're in. And so why does this happen? And what can you do about it? Like you've probably tried it all. You've tried that app and you've bought the equipment. And if you stumble over it and it's in the bedroom, if you buy the expensive gym membership, like all the stuff and you're still 15 pounds overweight, you're still ignoring, the blah, blah, blah treatment protocol that you're supposed to be doing. And I did this too. One of the most frustrating things for me, when I was in that period of my executive life where I was headed to burnout, was riding the roller coaster of the health train. I mean, here I would have these 90-day swaths of time or 120 days, like 3-4 months where I would be running every day. I was eating salads, grilled chicken, staying away from the sugar. And I loved how my clothes fit. And then something would happen in life, whatever, it was the holidays or a big stressful, project came up at work or whatever. And then I'd be like, oh, okay. And then I'd get back on the cheesecake and red wine train. And there I'd blow up again 10, 15 pounds. And then, I'd reach that threshold where I just couldn't stand. Like I literally had 2 closets. I was single at the time and I had this huge, bedroom that I had. There was 2 closets. It was supposed to be like, for you and your partner. And I had 2 of them. One of them, for a while, I had one that was like clothing and one was like the travel stuff. And then I was always on this up 15 pounds, down 15 pounds. So then it was like, the skinny closet and the fat closet. Like, I hate to say it that way because that sounds awful, but that's how I felt. I just felt like, I got to go in that closet and get those skirts instead of the other closet that I wanted to go in. And so, I had probably 4 different sizes that I would go throughout the period of the year. I'd go here, then I'd go up 4 sizes, then I'd go back down. And it just stunk because when your health is vacillating like that and it's going up and down and your weight's going up and down and you don't feel good about the fact that you don't have the energy, the vitality, you just don't feel good about the things you're doing, that drains you. That drains you away from great decisions making at work. It certainly drains you from healthy relationships with the people you love, because when you're dieting all the time, you're grouchy and ornery. When you are overweight, you're grouchy and ornery, and you don't want to go to the beach, and you don't want to canoodle with your loved ones and the whole thing. And then all of a sudden you slim down or you get your health under control, and you're happy for a moment, and then you lose it, and you beat yourself up, and it's just like, it's just the whole thing, right? And I rode that roller coaster for so long in my life that it was just, that was really tough. And so why does this happen? So one of the best ways that we have of, and you guys know this, right, nurturing yourself is through food. And that's why holidays are so meaningful to us, because we're nurturing and it's family and it's connection or whatever. And coming together around the table is the way we commune. And so we have these emotional attachments to food. You don't need me to tell you that. But here's the thing. What you don't have is a lot of freedom in your schedule. You don't have a lot of freedom in your life because the way you've created success and the way I created success was by constantly sacrificing my needs, my life, my personal life, my relationships, my health. And so after a while, your body is just like, hey, you know what I mean? What's the deal? You're working so hard all the time, is that you have to take some control back. Well, we can't figure out how to do that in our career because we're just working, 99 hours a week or whatever it is. And so what we do is we start taking it back in our diet. Okay, I'll have a piece of cheesecake tonight. Ha! Look at me being all free, right? Even though that eating that cheesecake is temporarily going to help you meet some autonomy needs and help you feel free. And then it's going to make you feel really bad when it hits your thighs. That's the kind of thing, right? Or, so a lot of times we choose food to nurture. We choose food to make ourselves feel better. I've talked about it before, where it helps you feel just like the sense of flow and escape. Yeah, it's like a form of escape. And so what happens is food becomes our form of escape because we can't escape the gilded cage. The gilded cage is like, and so it's like, oh, food gives us an escape. So you can diet, you can get apps, you can get Pelotons, you can get gym memberships, you can get trainers, blah, 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 blah. But as long as your food, let's just say, or, not going to a doctor's appointment or ignoring your autoimmune protocol and, not taking the supplements, that's rebellious, man. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not going to take that vitamin D today. A little bit of freedom. I'm skipping it. Makes you feel good, right? I mean, come on. That's what's going on. And it's like, oh, so how do you get back onto a protocol where your health is important? You start creating freedom in your life. Like 99% of the people who we work with, they will have some sort of health improvement when they start working with us. Why? Because they start increasing their freedom, their autonomy. They can move about the cabin without constantly asking permission. They don't have to go to every dang meeting. They don't have to, do every dang, thing that they're supposed to be doing anymore. They're like, oh my God, I have control of my life back. And then what happens? You don't need to eat all the time. You don't need to eat to get rid of the stress. You don't need to eat just to make yourself feel free. You don't need to eat to give yourself some nurturing and comfort at all. And now when you say, well, hey, I'm going to go get on the Peloton or whatever you do. Like I love to run and walk and lift weights. So when I do those things, it's like fun because I don't need to not do those things to make myself like I have freedom. Like I'm going to skip my workout today. And then shame myself later because I did it. I'm like, no, I got tons of freedom in my life. I have tons of control over my life. I'm living the life I want. This is the life of my design. And so the fact that I now need to go lift weights in the gym for 45 minutes, 4 times a week, that's not a big deal. I want to do that because I want the effects of it. I want a strong back. I want a strong core. I want strong legs. I want strong arms. Like, that's okay. I'll do that. That doesn't feel like a huge sacrifice. And it doesn't feel like, ooh, I skipped my workout. Aren't I like in control? Because I always feel in control. So when you always feel in control, when you always feel like you're living the life you want and the life of your design, then it's not a big deal to work out in the gym or eat healthy or to take your supplements or make it to your doctor's appointments. It can still be tricky to get those things scheduled in. I'm not saying that like now you just have all the time in the world, but you're no longer psychologically using the antithesis of those things to make yourself feel like you've got freedom in your life, to make yourself feel like you've got flow and escape. Does that make sense? So try that. Try building in a little bit more control, a little bit more freedom, a little bit more flow in your life, and then start on your eating program, and then go back to your supplement protocol, whatever you're doing. You'll be surprised. I can't tell you how many women we work with. They're like, oh my God, I lost 18 pounds. I lost 8 pounds. I lost 12 pounds. I lost 4 pounds. I finally went to all the doctor's appointments I've been dreading all this time. I finally went to the dentist. Telling you, it's magic. So I hope today's broadcast is super helpful for you. I promise I was going to keep it short and sweet. And if it was, and you want some more information about what we teach, what I've learned, what helped me break free from the gilded cage, watch the free recorded trainings or come to one of the master classes. Would love to have you there so you can take notes, learn more, and start applying this. Stop suffering for success and don't step back unless you want to. You don't have to step back, ladies. You can have a magnificent, demanding, just high pressure career, and you can enjoy it. You can enjoy the heck out of it.